When we look at course design, in this context, we're going to take a look at how the design of the content makes it look and feel to the students so that they feel comfortable, it's easy to navigate, there may be some engagement strategies involved here, and that's really going to boost the interaction capacity that students have with the content that you're presenting them. So the first example we see here is this is an English course, and this is actually, if we look over here, we see that this is the updates page. Now, what this teacher has done is they have changed under the updates, they have changed and they've made the course homepage the updates page and not the materials page. So this is a great way. So when students come to this page, their landing page is actually going to be this updates page here and not the materials page. You can change that in teacher settings, and we'll show you that later. One of the great things about this is it's great for courses whose teachers use consistent, frequent updates to communicate with students. So if you're leaving updates for students and you're wanting your students to find those updates and you're consistently doing updates, and that's a core part of your communication with your students, then you're going to want to make this change so that when students come to your Schoology course, they go to the updates first and they see any updates that you have, as opposed to starting in the materials. Maybe they miss the update, maybe they do click updates and then they find it. But if you're consistently doing it, this is a way to modify the design of how students interact with this. We're next going to take a look at another design feature. Take a look at this example here. We see that this is the materials page now, and add materials is at the top, and we see that this teacher has embedded a page at the very top of their curriculum. We see the curriculum starts down here, but this is what's called an embedded Google Slides presentation, and it acts as a course resource hub at the very top of the materials, and it's visually stimulating. What this teacher has done is all of these icons here are clickable links. In other words, they're hyperlinks. So when you embed a Google Slides presentation, this teacher has made a graphical representation of all of the large course resources that students will need in order to be successful in the course. If we take a look at the next example, we see that our third different type of materials page is you can embed an image as a permanent announcement at the top of your materials page. So if we look at this teacher's materials page here, we see materials here, we see that there's an announcement that's been pinned to the very top of the course. So when students come to the materials page, this is always going to display at the very top. This is an image, in this case it's a Bitmoji classroom that the teacher has created and has saved it as an image, and they've inserted the image as an update that they've made into an announcement. We're going to show you that process a little later. But what this serves to do is it serves to really stimulate the brain as far as what this course looks and feels like. It's starting to feel like a course when you add some of these visual design elements in here. And then we see the content flows down from here. Number 4 and 5 is a combination of kind of numbers 2 and 3 here. So number 4 here, if we take a look at what we have, we see that we're on the materials page for this particular biology teacher and co-teacher. And we see that part 4, they've embedded a Google Slides presentation, just like we've seen before right here. It's a page with an embedded Google Slides presentation for all of the quick links or resources. And these are all clickable for students. Easy access, easy visual cues. And then number 5 is there's an embedded file as a permanent announcement at the top of the materials page. Just like we saw in the last example, we see that this is a permanent announcement that's been pinned to the top. Now, what these teachers have chosen to do is they've inserted this not as an image, but as another interactive file, either a PDF or a drawing or a presentation. And these links are actually clickable. So they put their clickable Zoom links at the very top here in their announcement. And I also see click here as well. So again, this is not just visually appealing to students, either here and here, but all of these click here's and all of these icons are clickable links that will pop off into that particular resource. The last thing we're going to take a look at is what this teacher has done. This is the materials section. So add material would be up here. So this is Unit 2, Unit 1. And we see what the teacher's done is they've put a thorough description of what's in this folder. And they've accompanied it with an image that relates to the content here and the content here. So it's tying together some of the written text, some of the topics, and some of the visual natures of what the students are going to be learning before they go into the folder, setting a lot of prior knowledge and context in place before the student dives into the content inside the folder here.